It's easy. Speak easy, baby.
I made it through, made it through, made it through. And everything I gave to you, I gave to you, I gave to you. You got it, you got it, you got it. It's coming, it's coming, coming, coming. So are you ready?
Bro.
That dude's wild, bro.
Yeah, that was some wild shit. But I was questioning it a little bit because, like, you see, Dylan had a whole like camera crew with him too. Is like,
It seemed kind of staged for a second. Like,
yeah, he was saying like, no disrespect to Dylan Dance, but like, what camera crew's kind of like following him? Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
what are they doing? Like, because he doesn't have a fight coming up, right? Or
yeah, no, he don't got nothing coming up. And then like for Jake Paul to know where he was at to like get a whole camera crew with him,
yeah,
do
it
you know
seemed a
what I'm
little
saying?
staged, but hey, it was entertainment. I was dying laughing when I saw that shit, man.
Bro, I was dying laughing too. That shit was
That
hilarious.
dude Jake Paul's on another level right now. He's going after everybody.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? Is that disrespectful to like professional guy, like professional fighters like you, or like you're in the camp of like get your money?
You know, it's tough, man, because nowadays you can't hate on people making their money the way they do. If he can get in there and because that dude's probably gonna make a lot of money off of not really getting hit and not really, going through the ringer of like the amateurs and coming up as like a long pro career and make the bag. I can't hate on him. I use the example of the day. Like, imagine if I could make a bunch of money pretending like I played basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, of course I would do it.
Fucking
I'm fucking
hilarious.
5'8". I'm 5'8", can't ball for nothing. But if I can make $1 million off it playing, like pretend like I could, like, then why not? But good for him, I guess. But it could, I guess, it could be, a little bad on the boxing, but what I'm saying, you see that he won't. I don't think he'll bring that to MMA. But boxing, it is what it is. But they say boxing is kind of dying, and it is what it is. And
Yeah. Yeah. Boxing like almost it is for me for sure. Like I know I definitely prefer MMA over it. It's just like if they fail to like do the matchups, man. They fail to make them.
yeah, it's tough, man, because you see a lot of mismatch on the local scenes and and then obviously in the. And but then you got great fights like the Shakur Stevenson fight the other night. That was tight, man. He fought Toka Khan, and Toka Khan's from New England. I know that dude's legit, and but then you have, man, and it's tough, man, because you have like two or three solid fights, and then like a big like Jake Paul type situation. You're like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? But then
Yeah.
you pay attention, you still tune in, you still watch it, so they're doing something right.
Yeah, the other thing too, like benefit to him for Jake Paul is like he's not even fighting like real fighters so far too. It's just like you're making these checks and you're really not getting your ass beat or at risk of getting your ass beat either. Like,
Exactly, so it's like I can't hate on him too much. More power to him. Let him do his thing. But this is a rough sport, or boxing's a rough sport. So I just hope that he's really training to at least make sure he holds himself down, because in boxing, man, like it's not like MMA where you can get hit and take somebody down. You got to sit there and take those headshots, and one or two bad fights, man, things get real dicey real quick, and you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be taking those headshots too long. So I hope he's actually really putting in work. Hopefully he's really working on his defense. So when he runs into somebody that can actually do it, boxing, and put him through the ringer, he's halfway decent.
yeah. Real quick, I'm gonna tag because I didn't know if you were coming out. I hit up my boy, my podcast partner, Baby Hulk. I don't know if you ever seen his videos from Street Beefs, but I'm just get him in here too real quick. I want to ask one more thing on the Jake Paul thing, and this may sound stupid
So
too. What up, though, Baby Hulk?
Yeah, what up, Rob? What up, Easy?
What up, man? Um, with Jake Paul, because so technically he's been training for 2 years. I didn't mean to make this like a Jake Paul show. I apologize, bro. But because I just need like a professional perspective, right? With him training 2 years and being like the bigger man in a fight, is there any chance of him beating a guy? Like a, I mean, Dylan Dennis is fairly new to MMA, right? Does Jake Paul have any chance of like beating him in like a boxing or MMA match, or no? Oh, hold on, we can't hear you, Rob.
Yeah.
You might have to. Yeah, man, I hate that there.
you can hear me?
Yeah, if you want to get situated with the headphones,
Breaking up a
I can
little bit. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
Jake Paul definitely has a better shot boxing than MMA. Especially with Dylan Dennis. That dude Dylan Dennis is no joke on the ground. You know, there's a reason why Connor hired him as a jiu-jitsu coach. So that wouldn't last more than a minute if it was MMA. But you know, boxing, everybody always has that puncher's chance, and then yeah, no, you gotta keep it to boxing if you're messing with Dylan Dennis.
Yeah, that's true. That's a bad black belt in the jiu-jitsu there.
Yeah.
Bringing it back to
Sorry, bro,
MMA.
you kind of breaking up, bro.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It's kind of breaking up a little bit.
All right, let me try
Ah,
this
there
real
you go, right
quick.
there. I hear you right there. It's perfect.
Okay, cool. I think my wires are like messed up or something. But bring it back to MMA and bring it back to you because that's what the show is about. I just had to bullshit a little bit there for a minute.
Hey, man.
Um, so you're making your return back from injury, pretty quick, man. Like pretty quick. How long were you cleared before jumping into this fight camp?
When do we get the clearance?
Late August.
Late August.
Late August.
The doctor told us we're good to go late August. I put the call into my manager and coach Tyson Chaudier, telling them we're good to go, and we got this big fight. So you know I can't complain. We're back in the mix. We're right back to where we need to be, and yeah, you know I just gotta go out there and put this guy away.
Yeah, shout out to your manager too, man, because this is a big fight, man. Like I was so happy when I saw this shit because I know we fucked around on Instagram and went live before, and like, bro, I saw like because Marlon Moraes is like one of those names you beat, and you may just fuck around and get yourself in a title like conversation, like.
Yeah. So it's again, like I said, there's a obviously I got to get through this fight, but there's a lot of options once I win this fight. You know, especially if I go out there and finish him come on Saturday night. So we have a lot of big fights. I'm not sure what's going on with the division right now, but I know I'm up next, man. So I'm excited.
Yeah, man, it's pretty chaotic there too, man. Like, I don't know how Peter Yan made it to a title fight without fighting any top ranked guys, but it is what it is, I guess.
Hey, again, I'm not hating on anybody. I know my goal is to get in there, put Moraes away, and then find out what's going on after that.
Now,
Hey,
during go ahead, Hulk. My bad.
Oh, okay. Now, I just had a quick question, dude. You know, I've seen a couple of your fights. I've looked at your record. Dude, you've been in there with some killers. Thomas Almeida, George Roop, John Lineker. So a bunch of savages. Like you've kind of seen a who's who, a lot of styles and everything. Is there anything at this level that surprises you when you get in the octagon? Or you kind of been there, seen that type of guy?
I don't want to say that. Obviously, I've been around for a while. And you know, I guess I would say I'm ready for everything and anything. I've been around. I've seen the tall guy. I've seen the short guy. I've seen the wrestler. But you know, I'm expecting something totally different coming out of Moraes. You know, and I'm training for that. Hopefully, he comes in a little lazy and weak, but you know, my ideal is, you know, I'm training for a savage coming in. You know, so, but that's my mindset for every fight. You know, these fights are only getting harder. You know, so we'll see. But I don't want to say I've seen it and done all of it. I've just definitely I feel like I'm still getting started. If that makes sense.
And then I wanted to ask, like during the injury, I mean, obviously a fighter. I know you got to see Rob, you know, go on his incline during that time, and I know you guys are training partners and teammates. Shout out to the New England Cartel. That's one of the dopest fucking names for MMA team, like hands down.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy too. Like it couldn't be like I couldn't do Detroit Cartel. Like that wouldn't pull off as cold as like the New England. I don't know why.
To it. Don't get that ring
Yeah,
to
man.
it,
That shit was dope, man. Like during the injury though, was there any type of training you were able to do? With
Honestly,
Calvin or anything?
I was just basically shadowboxing a lot since like I want to say like 2 weeks after it. Honestly, I would find a way to stand up and just shadowbox, and I would just throw baby kicks and off my one leg, and I would just find little ways to stay a little active. Obviously, not do too much, and then just focus on the rehab. You know, we was focused on the rehab. Like I made rehab my new sport. You know, I put all my effort, energy into rehab, and that's, you know, like, and I feel like within 4 months we're already kind of moving around as far as like jumping on the bike and riding the bike, and maybe even not even that, like maybe like 2 months we're riding the bike, we're shadowboxing. So that was enough for me to kind of keep my sanity, I guess you could say, where I can just still be around the gym watching Calvin do his thing, still be able to kind of lift, you know, and shadowbox. I wasn't going to, obviously, I wasn't grappling, I wasn't wrestling. So wasn't there, but I can sit there and watch. I watched a lot of DVDs as far as like BJJ fanatics and stuff like that to kind of have an idea, to keep my mind sharp. But it wasn't that bad, if that makes sense. At first, when I first got started, I did not want to do the surgery, man. Like my girl had to talk me into it. I was like, man, like even the day after, I sat there for like 10, 15, like what the fuck just happened? Like why did I do this? But then it was the best thing ever because, man, then the pandemic hit and everything like that happened. So like it kind of like it slowed everything down and it kind of like let me catch up for a second, if that made sense, and yeah, no, I feel like and then I kind of broke down fights. I would watch all my old fights, all my losses, all my wins, and then I would watch. Weirdly enough, I watched a lot of Max Holloway. Kind of like having a feeling that Calvin would
that's
fight him.
perfect. Yeah.
I watched. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just obviously a solid fighter, but I just kind of had that feeling like we're gonna get this fight, and I watched a lot of like just films, like a lot of old film. Watched a lot of James Krause. Watched a lot of even kickboxing, boxing. I just started watching a lot and just kind of seeing the game a little slower, if that makes sense. Like it seemed like, oh, okay, I'm starting to see a little differently, not just as a fan, but more of like I guess you said, like an MMA geek, trying to break down like when the momentum changed, how this guy got hurt, when this guy got hurt, and what happened. And I feel like I see the game a little different now. But yeah, man, I'm just it was tough, but it wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kudos to you, man. I mean, that shows your mental fortitude to turn that into a positive.
Again, I got to go see Calvin do his thing. I got to learn a lot from those things too. Like I said, like I got to see him, go out there and fight Jeremy Stephens. I got to see him go out there and do the main event. Like I haven't done a main event yet, so I never went through that. I never got to see how that really works and the timing and how long it is, and even just the longer walkout. Saying how that works and having four corners and working later at night and little things like that. I kind of lived through him, so like I know exactly what I'm getting myself into. I guess you could say the most awkward part of this whole situation is like the walkout, because it feels like once you get in there, it's another day in the office.
Yeah. I figure like once you guys like make contact, it's probably just turns like not a sparring session, but just back to normal reality. Yeah.
We also do up a cage not too long ago in a warehouse to where it was, like you kind of to mimic that
empty.
Then obviously we only had the coaches and a couple of people come in, and we try to like mimic that the best we could. And again, like I said, I'm getting to working with the future 45 champ, and like, that dude hits hard, man. Like it's tough rounds every time I work with him, and even wrestling with him. And people forget he could wrestle. He wrestled in high school, and they don't know that because you always see the boxing, you only see the hands, and he's slowly improving all the time with the elbows and knees. He was always known as a boxer. He kind of came up in that boxing scene in Boston and the New England area, and people forget that he can wrestle, and he's been killing it with the Muay Thai. And you saw the elbow with Jeremy Stephens, and
bro, that was nasty, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the announcers called it a jab or whatever, like, or a cross right away, but it was just so quick.
And then
drop the Boston bomb.
I watched him do that a million times. It wasn't it wasn't a surprise watching it as a replay, but as it happened, I thought he hit him with the right hand as well, and I was like, "What the hell just happened?" Like, it doesn't matter. He put him down. So, but then when we watched, I was like, "Oh my god!" He hit him with an elbow, and it was like, I personally know that he wanted to do that so bad, and he did it. It was pretty cool to do it against a guy like Jeremy Stephens, been there, done that. A savage like Jeremy Stephens, and then goes out and takes on Dan Ige, the guy that probably he shouldn't have fought, because probably if he would have lost that fight, what does he really gain from fighting a guy like Dan Ige at that time? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, no, nothing against Dan Ige. Just he was, I forget the rankings, but I know he was. I want to say Ige was like number 10, and maybe Calvin was number 6. So like, what are we doing fighting this guy? But that's all we can take, and we did it. And then, so now look at us, like we're right, or look at him, like he's right into that spot where. He beats Max Holloway, which I believe everybody kind of thinks Max won that last fight anyway. He technically will be kind of the uncrowned king, like where most people don't think Volkanovski won that fight, and people believe Max won that fight, So, he goes out there, he does that. You got to give him the championship fight after that. So,
bro, I was saying the same thing because, like, you see Dana reward these guys who are fighting like constantly, and like he was doing that, and the featherweight division was like super stagnant too. So I'm like, You know what I'm saying? Something had to pop for him soon.
Calvin Kattar was the guy, you know what I'm saying, popping off the pandemic. So, you know, he you know, he's a guy that's just doing his thing. So, yeah, and like I said, I got the kind of like, and I would say that helped the process so much. Like, bro, like I had the surgeon yelling at me when I was jumping up and down in the cage when he knocked out Jeremy. He's like, "Yo, what are you doing, man?" Like I was jumping around, going crazy. Like I wasn't even thinking about it either. I was just like, "Oh, my boy just went in there, put him away. Let's go." I'm jumping up and down. I'm like 4 or 5 months out of rehab surgery, but it was I couldn't explain it. It was fun, man.
No, that's dope. That's dope. And I'm excited to watch you back in action too, man. Because I know you got them hands, man. Just watching all the stuff leading up to the interview and whatnot. I mean, I was watching it from the first time too, but not studying it closer. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, them Boston boys. You guys are nice with the bombs,
With
man.
the hands.
Yeah, it's go, man. Yeah, no, it's the thing about it is like we really like that New England cartel thing is like we really use all of New England, man, from Maine to Rhode Island, from boxers to wrestlers to jiu-jitsu guys to obviously Muay Thai guys. We pick and choose you know the elite, bring them in, and then we get to work and we get busy, and you can see like we are up there with some of these top level boxers. You know, we're getting that work in with some of these guys you're going to see on TV, and you know we got a lot of up and coming boxers that we get to spar with, and you know and that confidence of seeing like knowing that I'm putting that work in like that, but then seeing Calvin put guys away in the boxing ring, and then come to the Muay Thai gym and he's still doing his thing, and then bringing in high level wrestlers like you know it's fun to see how we just adapt, and we obviously don't get it twisted, we get our ass beat too, but like we slowly get better. Like the first 2 weeks, we'd be like, oh, that was rough. And then by the third, fourth week, we're right there, tie to tie. And again, we're boxing with boxers, and we don't even have to box in MMA. You know what I'm saying? So like, it'll be rough 2-3 weeks, and before you know, we find it's starting to really catch on and start really get the timing and the movement, and then that I think leads into the MMA ring, and then you know we're seeing high level boxers throw a bunch of punches at us, and then you see MMA is like a 1 2 3 combination and then a shot or a kick. So it's like it's I think you're gonna see a lot of different a lot of stuff, a lot of different like combinations and angles from us in the next coming fights.
Hell yeah. And shout out to New England too. My man Boston P commented a little bit earlier. He wanted to get a whole card of the Paws versus New England.
Let's go.
So shout out to him. I think he commented again. That's the Boston Pab.
Out of Low, man. Oh, and bro, and I'm working with Mickey on the regular, man. I work with Mickey Ward on the regular. That's my guy. He's a pride of Low. You know, hearing him talk. You know, just hearing him talk and talk about those couple fights, man. Like he you know, I learned just talking to him on the phone or on the ride to the gym. And then obviously once we get into the gym, it's all work. You know, with Mickey, it's all like go numbers, body shots, numbers and body shots. So you know, we get in there with like legitimate legends in the Boston area. So, and they hold us down. Like they really hold us down.
Two things on Boston real quick. Does everybody not have that accent? Because I'm talking to you. I'm not hearing the khakis and everything they make fun of them for.
No, not everybody. Not everybody. Some people have some real strong Boston accents. You know, I definitely don't have it. You know, Calvin got a little bit, but once you get out there, you're gonna see the
khakis.
You're gonna see the
Where's my khakis?
Some guys, you're like, what the hell did he just say? But you know, I'm not there yet.
Yeah. Were you born there? Born in Boston?
I was actually born in Leominster, Mass. My mother and father were in the Army, so I traveled a lot. I grew up a lot in Florida as well, and but I mean all over, bro. I've been to Malaysia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Louisiana.
Hey.
There you go.
Yeah, he's from North Carolina, right there.
Yeah, so we kind of built over on the Army bases. Then I kind of settled in Florida for a little bit. Did about, I think I was like there for like 8-9 years, and then made my way back up to New England. I've been out here for like 12 years.
Okay. And then
yeah. Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Hulk.
Yeah.
I had to ask this question because
obviously
I think the world's pretty much in agreement. The New England Cartel is like one of the sickest names. What's up with your nickname, bro? I've been looking, bro. I can't find Rob Font's like nickname. Like, what is it? When can we make one?
I mean, again, you know, one of those things. Like when I first started fighting, everybody asked about a nickname, and like I always kind of came up in a camp that like you earned your nickname, you didn't make your nickname, you know. So I just nobody ever really kind of just tagged me as a nickname or gave me a nickname, you know. And it just never stuck, and it's like, I feel like it'd be forced if I kind of made my own nickname, if that makes sense. Like,
I feel that.
and it just never happened. And then, yeah, just kind of kept it simple.
Well, hopefully you get one this weekend after a knockout. I'll call
Oh,
you Bam
Oh
Bam or
man,
something.
let's go.
yeah, hell yeah,
Were you gonna ask something, Paul? Paul, what the fuck? We talking
yeah,
about Jake? I was
right.
reading a comment about Jake
Jake
Paul.
Paul over
What you
here.
about to ask, Baby Hawk?
So a big thing that we do over here is, we know fighters, they passion is fight, and we know that. But here we also like to, see you more as a person. Open up. What are your hobbies or passions outside of fighting?
Outside of fighting,
Hustling.
I have a yeah,
I see
constantly
you on the
hustling,
gram. I see you
constantly
hustling on the
hustling.
gram.
I just got a sales position with the waste management company. Shout out to Patsy and the Boston Carton. Um, yeah, no, I just, I'm trying to always. I teach. I really do have fun teaching. Like MMA, Muay Thai. I do privates. I just opened up a private studio out in Lawrence, Mass. I teach 3 days a week in Lowell,
Hey, shout
Mass.
out.
So I do that. Obviously, I'm selling on the side as well. Um, I love dogs. I have two puppies. Not puppies, are kind of old now, but I got two Shih Tzus. Yeah, I just kind of like, a little bit of everything. I'm a sports fan as well. Big food guy. I love to eat. You
I
know,
would ask something about that too.
yeah, a little bit of so, but yeah, but right now I've been focusing on just trying to like get my sales up. I'm trying to get my money up and just trying to make the right investments when I do make the money, and a little bit of real estate, a little bit of stocks here and there, but I'm still learning it.
Okay, okay.
I'm trying to get I got a couple guys that are kind of putting me on the game and how to really do it, and yeah, just a little bit of everything. Nothing too crazy. Once I got into MMA, man, honestly, I just kind of like got almost addicted to it. Where it was like it was hard for me to even watch basketball or football. Where it was
It's happening to
you,
me right now.
yeah, where you had to like literally take my phone away from me and like sit down and like to try to enjoy it and like not not be there all day long watching fights or studying fights or even like watching even old you know karate movies like martial arts movie like all the old saying kung fu movies or even like blood sports or Van Damme. Like I would just anything I could, I would watch it. And then for like 4 years, I don't even know what's going on with the Celtics or the Red Sox. I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. The Patriots, they're winning. I'm like, yeah, that's great, but I'm on the side watching a jiu-jitsu match while the Super Bowl was going on.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where it was like I just all I did was MMA, and now like now it's really I'm just trying to get my money right because again I can't obviously do this too long. Obviously sitting out for a year, I'm not making money, so I had to figure out how to make some dollars on the side, and I started selling the waste management services. So if you're in the Northeast and you got some dumpsters, man, I'm the guy you talk to, man. They oh actually I do got a
Shout out
nickname.
that man.
Calvin Cater called me Bobby Dumpsters, man. That's my nickname, Bobby
Bobby
Dumpsters.
Dumpsters. That's what's up,
I
man.
gotta do that. Yeah. So we do general junk removal. The trash can you see behind the stores, like at the mom and pops, like bodegas and stuff like that. We sell those, the roll offs for clean outs and like construction jobs. And so I'm pushing that and I'm just having fun with it. I'm having fun with it. I'm meeting a lot of different people and just going. Obviously it's my first year doing this, so like I'm still getting there, but I
Yeah.
feel like within another year and a half, I'll have a better understanding of it. My name will be out there. People will know who I am, and yeah, we'll see how it flows.
Shout out to everyone in New England. If you need some dumpsters, make sure you hit my man Rob Font. I do have a
Bobby
question.
Dumpsters, baby.
White Belt MMA. Shout out to you. I think he's in New England area too. How do you say dumpster in Southie? Like, what would be that Southie accent of saying dump? Like
The dumpster. The
the
dumpster.
dumpster.
Pick up some dumpsters for Bobby Dumpster.
Bobby Dumpsters. Yeah, man. I
Yeah,
see you
that's
hustling on the
dope.
gram, man. Kudos to you for having the wherewithal to even like in the presence of mind to do something like that and capitalize on like
It
what you got
happened.
going
It
on.
happened over the pandemic too, man. I was sitting there again. I'm like learning, and then again, shout out to my man Patsy. Hit me up. He was like, "Hey, I'll play golf as well on the side." He hit me up. Started playing some golf. I started training him, and before I'm like, "Wait, man, hold up. You look, man, I got you. I'll start slinging this for you," and I did, and it started off slow, and then before you know it, I picked up some momentum, and then I just took off. And because he was the company's originally from Rhode Island, and is making his way into Boston, into the Somerville and Boston area, and that's kind of where I started training. And I mean, I'm familiar with that area. I was like, man, hold up, I got you, man. Let me see what I could do, and it just took off. And it was one of those things that, like, I don't know, I guess I was bored, and before you know it, I'm like selling dumpsters now, so yeah, so I add that to my resume.
You turn the pandemic to a bandemic. Shouts out to Rob
That's it,
Font for that one.
Hey.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
But yeah,
fire.
with that being said, I try to take that money and try to, make it move and try to throw it into the market hand. I got my little brother, busting down the market for me. I throw the dollars to him. He'll put it on the market and see what we do with it. And it's working out. It's working out right now. We'll see how it all plays out though.
hell yeah, man! I'm excited for you. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for anybody that has the opportunity, man, because I know the struggle, man. But speaking of you hustle on the gram, I did want to ask one last question. I'll probably let you get going too. I don't want to keep you, all night if you don't have the time for it. But your IG, bro, you eat good as hell, bro. You be eating good as hell, bro.
That's Miss K Love, and that's the wifey, man. She holds it down. She really puts a lot into the food, and she understands, like, obviously I can't eat much, but when I do eat, she makes sure it's on point. And we just got that new air fryer, man. I don't know if you got an air fryer. Get the air fryer.
Hey, yes, sir.
The air fryer is
Big
no
flex,
joke, man.
big
Go
flex.
grab that. I'm telling you, man. Like, shout out to any company that has air fryer. Like, go grab one. I'm telling you, man. We just I've been on lemon pepper wings for a while now. And bro, I'm telling you, man, it's quick. 20 minutes, you're in and out. Got a brand. I highly recommend an air fryer.
You got a branded air fryer called Little Bobby Dumpster or whatever. That should be fire, bro. There you go.
Hell yeah.
I do want to ask because you eat good. And coupled with the injury, can we get, like, what was the max weight you hit? Because I was messaging you like, bro, you about to turn into a lightweight out here, featherweight, bro. Like,
bro, it got a little scary at first. It got a little scary a little bit. It was, what, it was the ice cream for me, man. It was the ice cream sandwiches, bro. Like, I got a thing for ice cream sandwiches. And it got to the point where I probably eat like 2 a day for like,
oh shit.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where I got to tighten up. Things getting close. I was like still doing my thing, but I would say on average a good 7 pounds overweight. And then I got tightened up because, like, shit's happening. I can't bounce back, you know what I'm saying? But it got a little scary for a second,
Well, I'm probably gonna let you get going, man. Like I said, I don't want to keep you too long. You're always welcome here, man. I always love talking to Fires. I mean, you're one of the cool ones. We talk back and forth a little bit on the gram. Hulk, did you have any last questions?
You about to get the air fryer, man.
Yeah, he's running to the air fryer right now.
Yeah, I was looking up that air fryer was up while y'all was talking. But
I see you start drooling.
Now, any questions? Like I said, dude, you're a beast, and that's such a tough weight class. This is a big fight for you, man, and I know you're super excited. What's just, I guess what's your just motivation for fighting? Because everybody's a little bit different, but what's yours personally?
Yeah, no, I just want to prove to myself that I'm the best. I want to get out there and do it for me. I want to finish fights. I'm excited. I feel like I'm exciting, but I want to excite myself. It sounds crazy, but I love watching back and watching my fight and being entertained by myself. That makes sense. Like, because it's been a point where I watched a couple of my fights coming up. I think that was boring, man. I couldn't. I was mad at myself. So every fight I want to just bring it to the next level. And again, like, I want to be able to, like, wow, I can't believe I just did that. Because sometimes, man, like you'll get so in the zone, like, you don't even know, like that. In certain knockouts, you don't even realize you did it until you look back and watch it on TV. And I think that just intrigues me. It just intrigues me. And then obviously I want to motivate the youngins in New England. I want to motivate them, show them that you can do it. Just put your head down to it, get to work, and for it. But if I can just, like Nipsey said, hustle and motivate, why not?
Oh yeah, man. Your playlist on Instagram too. Not your playlist, but the songs you're putting on, bro. You gotta make a spot. Your shit's fire, bro.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. And I appreciate you guys having me on, man. I gotta send you guys some shit, man. If you can, slide in my DM, send me like your address. I'll send you guys some swag. Also, if you can, man, check out the link in my bio. The New England Cartel website is officially up. The merch is out there. We're getting it going. We're getting busy. And yeah, man, pay attention. December 19th. And after that, you got my boy Calvin Cater about to, do his thing. So yeah, man, appreciate you guys having me on.
I can't
Thanks,
wait, man.
Rob.
It's such a good ass card, man. You want to shout? I'm gonna put your socials in the description post stream. I'm put that New England website in there too, man.
Please, man.
I appreciate you coming on, Rob. Shit, man. Hopefully, we talking about a victory next time we talking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, let's stay in contact. Let's get on. Let's go on something after this. After this fight, we do another show.
Bet.
Oh.
Bet.
All right, bros.
All right, brother.
Easy, boys.
I see, man.
Good luck to you.
It's easy. Speak easy, baby.
Give me some ganja. 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 Give me some